Oh, they got me singing on this one. How cool.
Hey, you know what? Fuck! Kill yourself! Oh my god.
So this isn't great, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about this Renault first, because nobody wants a fucking Renault Kangoo in Gran Turismo. But let's be real, this isn't a bad car for Gran Turismo. Think of it this way, what would you say if this car was anywhere from GT3 to GT6? It would just be another silly throwaway starter car. Chuck some racing slicks and a turbo on it for fun. The good news is you can still do that in this game. This car will still work in Gran Turismo 7. It's just priority. Why do we have this before like an R390 or a Focus? I know, I use that a lot. To be honest, I'm not that upset at the Kangoo. It's just another fucking throwaway in entirety of an update. Let me get something else off my chest. People have been saying that we can't get the R390 because it's hard to get and there's licensing problems. Man, fuck that. As if Gran Turismo hasn't been sucking Nissan's meat since day one. Those guys are butt buddies. If Kaz walked over to Nissan and say, hey, I want to scan an R390, they'll give him a fucking R390. And then we of course have the free update defense. I paid fucking $90 for this game. I thought it was gonna be like going back to normal Gran Turismo, where the tracks are good and there's a lot of cars. That was not the case. So then I thought, oh, at least sport mode will be fun. Yeah, you know what fucking happens when I boot up sport mode and try to do a sport mode race? I'll fucking show you.
Yep, look. The only car moving. Now I'm just stopped. Now I'm just losing all those places. Yeah, I'm stopped. Now I'm reversing. What do we think, guys? I think we're done with manufacturers.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I would call fun. What the fuck? I cannot stress enough that this is not a connection issue for me. Every other game works fine. Every other game mode on this game works fine. What the fuck? Anyways, the update. The Kangoo. I get the hate. I don't really support it. I don't think it's that bad. But I would like something else. Next up, the CX-30. Now this thing isn't getting enough hate. Ever since the years, Kaz has said that he wants more SUVs in the game. Now I don't really like doing drugs or alcohol. I've never done any drugs or alcohol. I'm 18 years old. I plan on keeping it that way. But God damn, Kaz, give me whatever the fuck you got. Let me read you one of my favorite comments on this channel. The CHR is the most worthless vehicle to ever grace Gran Turismo. On the flip side, I actually appreciate it because it's my dad's car, so I can have a bit of fun imagining me or my dad ripping up the Nürburgring in that piece of shit. I would much rather they released my Honda Civic, but of course they release every gen and stop at mine. So this is someone that has a sentimental connection to a CHR. And they were still extremely disappointed at that car being released into probably what is the best game for it to be released into. I don't know a better way to say that this game doesn't need SUVs. This is not gonna make the game better. He said, I only like this SUV because my dad has one, and I would rather have my Civic because that's an actual fucking car that you'd want in a video game. Making enthusiast cars that people own, hinted Ford Focus, is better than making just cars that people own. The CX-30 is the worst car in the update. Never fucking touching it ever again. Fuck you for putting it in. Anyways, next car. Yes, that's right, they put in a new Aston Martin. I've always liked the way Aston Martins looked, but I've also kind of thought that they were hard to tell apart. These new ones aren't any different. They're still cool, they're still hard to tell apart. And in a game that's this lackluster, it's not hard to tell this one apart because it's the only fucking Aston Martin from this decade. Except it's not even from this fucking decade! Just a little bit more proof that Kaz is stuck 8 years in the past. But whatever, it's still a cool car. It comes with sports hards. I was kind of trying to drive it a little bit aggressive, get a slide going. It would kick out super easy, but sometimes it would be a little bit hard to catch again. It's pretty fast in a straight line as you'd expect from an Aston Martin, but it's heavy as you'd expect from an Aston Martin, and the brakes should be better as you'd expect from an Aston Martin. Throw on sports softs or whatever, thing's a fucking blast. Game over, you know, it's whatever. It's another sports car. It's kind of weird that we get hyped for something as simple as this. In no world is it bad, but it's just a little bit lacking. Like, come on. We've been waiting for a while. When's the track? When's a proper car coming? If they don't add a Focus next month, fuck it, delete the channel. Actually, I got a better one. If they add an SUV in the next update, I'll delete my channel, sell my PlayStation, and buy an Xbox. Then what I'll do is I'll buy Forza Motorsport and Dick Ride. Peace.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom!